Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 21 of Civilization 6 as Sumeria. We are still trying to pursue this religious victory and possibly have a science victory in the back pocket as a backup plan. Now I did notice somebody has recently commented on one of the more recent videos of this series saying that I'm actually wasting quite a lot of faith by buying apostles instead of missionaries, and that was true. Obviously I stopped doing that a fair few episodes back now, but the episodes that I record don't usually go out onto the channel until several days, if not a week after they've recorded anyway. Mostly the reason I did that was because obviously keep purchasing apostles drives the price up. It does with missionaries as well, but the apostles get expensive fast. The main reason you use apostles over missionaries, apart from the fact that apostles can enhance your religion and start the Inquisition. But once you've already done those things, the only reason you would have apostles instead of missionaries is that the apostles can actually fight in theological combat. Now, the missionaries can too, to an extent. The missionaries can actually defend if attacked, but they're far weaker. And the apostles are the only ones that can actually initiate theological combat. Well, the apostles and inquisitors. But inquisitors are very weak outside of your own territory. And the reason that I was spamming apostles at the beginning is because I've never seen a game of Civilization 6 where the AI has been hasn't just had armies of apostles and missionaries everywhere. So I was actually quite surprised that we haven't really ran into any opposition in terms of the other religions. I also noticed that Cabal's taking hits to its garrison defense there, so I'm not too sure who is attacking it. Still not too quite sure why we couldn't flip over Aachen. But we are going to start working on the other cities. We're already down as far as Trier, and we're just going to keep pushing south. There's quite a few cities in this continent that we are going to have to go and take care of, including a fair few German ones up here on the coast. And obviously we don't have to worry about converting the city-states. However, if we do get the city-states converted, that does make it slightly easier to convert those around them. So if we can easily convert city-states, that is something that we should do. Can we afford another missionary? Yes, we can. As often as we can keep getting missionaries, then let's. We're also about to get ourselves a archaeologist. We can't get that dig site because it's in China's borders. There is one over here that isn't in anybody's borders. We could probably rob that one out. And this one down here as well, if we're quick enough. And then we'll have to send him somewhere else. Right, China's upset that I've got troops near his borders, which I don't, apart from the troops that are, like, in my own city. So I'm not too sure who he's referring to, in all honesty. So I think he's just going to have to accept the fact that I'm going to have units near him. I mean, there isn't really any way I could move that tank further away from him unless I kind of put him up there, and that's really the best I can do. So we'll see what happens with that. So we need to get you over here as well. So let's start moving you this way. I do see we've got Barbarian Builder over there near Trier. We need to put a lot in here. Some of these cities really do have a huge amount of other religion in there. Also, apostles are slightly stronger in terms of the amount of followers or the amount of religious pressure they put on a city. You usually get about 250 from an apostle and only 200 from a missionary. Plus of which apostles get the promotions, which means that they can get something more useful to help them either spread more conversions or do stronger conversions and things like that. So apostles definitely are better than missionaries, but yeah, we should be saving the faith if we're literally just trying to convert cities. So what do we want over here now? I don't think we necessarily need to go for another spaceport here. We're definitely a little bit short of culture. That is something that is causing us a problem. But there's not much more we can do unless we can grab a theatre square somewhere. Can't really get one anywhere here that has a theming bonus, which is slightly problematic. But we can definitely go ahead and get a theatre square here. The city isn't really doing much else. And what have we got here? Commercial hub. The income's not too terrible at the moment. Anything else that we build could take quite some time. Let's go for the sewer, because we're at 8 of 9 on the housing cap. We've got an envoy we can send. How many would we need to send to Leventa to get that back? Quite a lot, actually. We'd need to send 3 to Leventa. Well, 4 to become the suzerain. We do have 3, so we can take them away from China. Do they have a mission for us? If I could get them to become their suzerain, then we'd actually... No, they don't have a mission, which is unfortunate. Because it would be quite nice to Well, the face coming in, I suppose. It's only the colossal head improvement, which we don't really need. So next time I'll just spend one in Buenos Aires just to get that extra production there. So that was a little bit of a misspend, but never mind. I'm not too bothered about the city-states at this point. So we've got a spy. I haven't even really got anywhere. Don't think you can steal faith. I think that's the one thing you can't do. Now, China is working towards a spaceship victory. So I think we need to go over there and attempt to sabotage production. So let's go ahead and move our spy over there. And we've got a builder down here. I was probably sending you down here to go and grab this copper. I know that we did have some barbarians down here. We were chasing them off with this machine gun, but I think they've probably backed off now. So let's go ahead and sort of move you back if we can. And go on to the next turn. And Germany's denounced the evil deeds of America. Spain has cleared land in Cordoba for Cristo de Redentor. Are we working on Cristo de Redentor? It's a boost to telecommunications. We now have combined arms. Right, are we working on Cristo de Redentor anywhere? We are. 54 turns in Rome. The AI is almost guaranteed to beat me to that. So is there anything I could be building in Rome that would be more useful? Do you know what? Nobody else has bothered to build one. We will be losing a lot of production. We'll go for it anyway. I'm going to swap over and try and get the terracotta army, just so that our archaeologists can go anywhere they want. And the reason for doing that is I very much doubt it's going to take the AI 54 turns to get Cristo de Redentor. Not only that, even if I do get it in 54 turns, it's going to be pretty pointless by then. So this is our capital. We could definitely get a spaceport here. A stock exchange wouldn't be a bad idea, but we could buy one. So I think we go and get the spaceport. We might as well just go ahead and get it on this tile here. The more spaceports we have, the better. And we do have some money, so let's just go ahead and buy the stock exchange. It gives us a boost towards capitalism, but the stock exchange will also pay for itself, because obviously it generates money. So we'll go ahead and get the copper. And I think there was something else down here I wanted to improve as well, but I don't recall what that was. So I might have to wait on that one. Your promise to the Chinese Empire to move your troops on the border has been broken. Well, that's fine, but where do I have troops on China's border? Okay, I've got this guy here, but he is literally just passing by. It takes more than one turn for Axis because of your new crappy movement system. And I'm not being funny, but China's got 1, 2, 3, 4. China's got at least 4 military units on my borders. So, yeah, China should be the one moving their units away from me, to be honest. He's still happy with me. But now that counts as a promise broken, and he's spamming out units. I think we might have to get some anti-tank crews up here or something. 19 gold per turn's not terrible. We'll keep that going, I suppose. He looks very unhappy, doesn't he? He certainly doesn't look jolly. So, yeah, China might denounce me now. But, yeah, he's got a lot more units around here than I have. Maybe we need to get an aerodrome up here and get some fighters or something. But I think if we get enough money, we want to get an anti-tank crew out just to be safe. Kabul has been defeated. Was Kabul the one that was up here? Yes. So Kabul's been taken out by Brazil, which is actually fine because they've already got our religion in there anyway. So you need to work your way over to Trier. Can't get there on that turn. Aachen we still can't get yet. Still not too sure the reasons for that. Guess we could get a lumber mill over there. So let's start working towards it. And we'll give China a wide berth. I don't necessarily think he's going to attack. If we can get ourselves a nuke, that might put him off. And you, of course, need to move in the same sort of position. We can afford to get ourselves yet more missionaries. So let's go ahead and do that. The more quickly we can get these missionaries out, the better. Once again being denounced by Spain, which is fairly standard in in these games. We wouldn't make a promise to them. No, I would not. It's because I wouldn't promise to stop spying on him. But yeah, this is a lot of mechanized infantry coming out of China here. Why have you suddenly... Yeah, you've just suddenly hit the housing cap. But yeah, we do definitely need to get some units going if we want to be a little bit safer from China. I don't think he's going to attack. It still says he's friendly. So we may be okay. And you might as well just go back into the city for now. So we'll see if China actually does try anything. Right, let's go ahead and do a spread religion. It's going to take a lot to get through. It really is. You guys can't really get much closer than that. And hopefully we will start to get religious pressure coming in from the neighbouring cities and sort of pushing it back. One thing, as I said at the beginning of this video, I haven't really seen the AI with any missionaries or apostles. Very surprising considering that Brazil actually... very surprising considering that Brazil has his religion in most of these city-states and cities over here. And also, if we look at Brazil, we go ahead and have a word with him and make a deal. Yeah, he's only got 3 cities. Well, 4 if you count his capital. And one of those is Kabul, which is just taken. So he only had 3 cities. Yet somehow he's managed to get a lot of faith out. Now, what I'm hoping, is what normally happens, is if you can get enough cities converted to your faith, and those cities start producing their own apostles and missionaries, they spread your religion. But nobody's really started doing that yet, which is quite disappointing. We get ourselves a great artist. I'm not sure we actually have anywhere we can use him, to be honest. No, we don't have anywhere for great works of art, but we are building another theatre district, so we'll just sort of put him on hold for the time being, and we'll be able to do that. So you're just going to go to sleep, I'm afraid, until we have a better use for you. There's that anti-tank crew. I knew there was definitely some barbarians down here. Let's go down and sort of start heading towards them with that infantry. China still says they're friendly, so that's not a terrible thing. But I definitely think that it's something that they need to work out with the AI in this game. I mean, it's always been unfair that the AI is allowed to ask you what your troops are doing on your borders, on his borders, but you're not allowed to do the same. Though bear in mind, the player always has the advantage, because if the player declares war on their own turn, they get to fire first. If the AI asks you if you are going to declare war, they ask you on their turn, which means if you turn around and say, yes, it's war, they get the first shot. Repo Man, we actually have a achievement there. I don't even know what that was for. Oh, success in stealing a great work. We actually managed to nick it. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we actually got to put it anywhere because we didn't have any slots for it. Or was it a great work of writing? It might have been a great work of writing, actually. I don't remember now. The Blazing World. The Beautiful and the Damned, Side of Paradise, The Blazing World. Yeah, it was a great work of writing. So we did manage to steal that. Excellent. So you can go ahead now and have a promotion. Sabotage production as if 2 levels more experienced. Disrupt rocketry as if 2 levels more experienced. I think we want that one, especially if we're going to be trying to slow people down from getting a spaceship victory. Maybe it's you I should have been sending to China. Don't know where that barbarian disappeared off to. We'll have a look with him with you. It's quite possible the city-states might have finished him off. Let's try and spread again. It's taken an awful lot of missionary strength to get this done. We should have enough for another missionary now. So let's go ahead and get one. How much gold would it cost? Assuming one could. Or you can actually purchase archaeologists now. I never actually looked for doing that because you can't do it in Civilization 5. You can only hard build them. Anti-tank crew. I don't think these things count as tanks. An anti-tank crew would cost us 1,500 gold, which is incredibly expensive. Although these are infantry, so tanks would actually be better against these. So maybe we want to sort of hard build some where we can. But yeah, I'm also tempted to just get an aerodrome up here. And give ourselves some protection from China. if possible. So let's go on to the next turn. I think if somebody does declare on me, it will be an absolute pain in the neck, but I think that we'll be able to sort of deal with things. Now, over here, we can see we've actually got a Brazilian missionary. Now, he's actually, I could never pronounce this, Zoroastrianism. So he could potentially spread his own religion back. Now, I don't know where he came from. Has Brazil still got another city somewhere? I don't think so. I think we've managed to get all of Brazil's cities done. He can't initiate any combat, though. So I'm not too bothered about him. If we could fight him, it would be excellent. Because fighting him would mean that we could spread our religion a lot more, a lot further. Let's go ahead and get that lumber mill there. Just for the extra production. And again, we're losing lots of suzerain statuses. We've got food problems in a lot of cities. Isn't actually growing, mostly because of the housing, but I do think partially because of food tiles. You don't really have a great choice of food tiles to work, which is the problem. Got that aluminium tile up there that we could go and upgrade, which we probably should. But yeah, you don't have a lot of good tiles. We will want aluminium. We can afford to buy a builder, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll start getting some of this aluminium connected up. Then we'll put you back in the city, I suppose. And you can go and look for that barbarian, which I'm probably convinced is gone by now, but we'll still look anyway. And just, you know, checking around every now and then just to make sure that all of the cities that we've spread our religion to still have our religion in. So what I want to do with you is I actually want you to travel to a new city. And I guess you can go to Xi'an. There doesn't seem to be any reason why you can't send 2 people. Disrupt rocketry, you'd have an 84% chance for that to work. So maybe we use the other spy to just sabotage production or steal tech or something like that. Finally, our great scientist has got over here. I completely forgot about this guy. So by popping him, we get 400 science for each rainforest here or adjacent. So we've got this tile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one obviously isn't rainforest. I don't think there's anywhere we could move to where we get all 7. If we moved further north, this is not rainforest, neither is this. If we moved over here, then we'd be stuck with the mountain. So I think 6 tiles is about the best we're going to get. So let's make sure we've actually got some tech queued up. Just to make sure that we don't waste any of it. So we're working on nuclear fission. After that, we probably want to go into... well, we're going to need a lot of these things for the science. Composites would probably be good to get modern armor. So I'm going to say composites and then into nuclear fission. And now that they're queued up, let's go ahead and pop this scientist. And that's done us pretty well now. We're already part way through that. So what did we get?
From Stettin in the Baltic,
so that's Cold War. That is a civic.
An iron curtain has descended across the continent.
Not... Oh, each envoy you send to a city-state counts as 2 if its suzerain has a different government to you. Which a lot of them probably will. So there's nuclear fission done. There's plastics done. There's synthetic materials done. So we got a lot out of that. But we'd be losing +2 influence points per turn. So I think the one we've got actually works out better for us at the moment. So what have we got here? We have discovered... Oh, we've already got uranium. There's already some underneath Rome. There's got to be another source somewhere as well. And we've already got some under here. So we've already got 2 sources of uranium. That's absolutely fantastic. I wonder if that actually increases the yields in the cities then. There's still only 1 production there. But that is good, because that means we can now actually build nukes. And I'm not necessarily planning on using one. But certainly having one close to China, just in case they do get a bit fresh, could be useful. So I guess it's even more important that we try and get an aerodrome over here or something. We can get a great person, which would be a merchant. Increases trade route capacity by 1. And 25% tourism with civilizations we have another trade route to. We can go ahead and take that. We don't really have any trade routes to many other civilizations, but we can certainly do that. Must be on a completed commercial hub. We can certainly manage that one. And that's great because we can just go ahead now and just actually buy a trader. So we'll do that. We've got this builder. You're going to go and get the aluminium in case we need that. That wasn't the builder that I moved, but that's fine. You're going to keep heading this way. So, you are the first one that got there. You don't have much of a chance of disrupting rocketry. So, I think we'll gain sources, and then we'll possibly try and steal a tech boost. You are getting close to Trier, but still not close enough to actually try and flip it. Germany have a settler there. Yeah, what are you doing with that missionary, Brazil? Right, got 2 missionaries next to that now. I think we can go ahead and get another one. We must try and remember to get missionaries on every turn that we can get a missionary. Else we'll end up sort of falling behind. We lost the terracotta army. I can't believe that nobody bothered building it for all that time. So apparently I have one of your spies, but you want to give me... Well, I don't want the iron, because I don't need it. But you're willing to give me a decent amount of gold. Would you give me 250? Probably not. No, you wouldn't give me 250. But you would give me 200. So I'll go ahead and take that. Nice bit of extra money in the bank. So he was trying to sabotage production. And yeah, we lost that wonder, unfortunately. Rome's not having a very good day. So, what do we want to get? An extra +2 faith could be useful. We'll try and get Monts and Michelle. Oh, we'll be getting rid of a lot of food. Which we don't really need, because all Rome is food. It has no production here or anything, so it's probably not a bad idea. And we've got a trade route. Now, who do we want? I know we're not going for a cultural victory, but assuming that we were... Scythia is the one that we probably need the most with. Scythia, Brazil, then Germany. Of course, the one's furthest away. Can't actually reach any of them, to be honest. How far can we get over here? We can get to Shen. We can get to Changsha, which we probably should do that. We won't get much from it, but it'll give us a trade post, which will increase our reach over in this direction. So that's what we'll do there. You guys can get upgraded to mechanized infantry, so we totally should. You guys are going to go and get the mine on the aluminium. That gives us a boost to nanotechnology, which is great. We still don't know where these barbarians are. There's no camp that I can see. Another missionary. We send you over here again. And we've got you guys, of course, so we'll attempt to spread there. It was not enough. Might have to completely expend these missionaries to get that done. But that is the end of the turn. It's all I can do, so I'm going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 6. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.